Hello friends, I am Chevy. Welcome to my shed. How are you today? How is life in your world? And how is things where you are? I hope everything is good. I want to start off today by saying that we're going to talk about yesterday. Yesterday being the first time I went to see a therapist as an adult and my reaction to that. And before I do that, I want to say a big thank you to everybody who responded. Not only here on YouTube, but I got some really wonderful, messages and emails from some people that I didn't know were watching this show, and I kind of feel like a lot of times I'm talking to the two or three people who comment regularly. But when I say things like, I really appreciate all of you, I really mean that. I really mean that I appreciate every single person who is watching this as I'm saying it, right? And that it goes to the person who has never left a comment on any of my videos, all the way to the person who has left a comment on every single one of my videos. I mean it. Thank you so much. It literally, I'm tearing up a little bit just thinking about it. But that being said, I came home yesterday and I immediately turned the camera on. And I wanted to do that because I know my personality would be to overthink the conversation that I had with a therapist. And I didn't want to do that before just giving you my initial impression of how yesterday's session went. And I have overthought it. But the good news is I haven't overthought it in a negative way. Normally, a thing like that had there was some anxiety before going to this session. Not yesterday, actually. Yesterday I felt great about it. Like, cool, I'm going to go see this person. I felt really good. But there was definitely some anxiety leading up to it. Not only because I didn't know where it was, I wasn't sure of the building floor plan, stuff like that. But because, I have to go kind of lay things out. But there was no post-anxiety. Like, I slept great last night. Normally, after doing something like that, I don't want to say it was stressful. I mean, I would like to think that counseling is the opposite of stressful, but I think that there's good stress, and counseling can induce good stress. And oftentimes that would leave me lying awake at night thinking about it, thinking about what did I say the wrong thing, that sort of stuff. The good news is I didn't, because I didn't say anything that wasn't genuine. And that's what I thought about. And I think that I have come to the conclusion that if I'm going to seek counseling, if I'm going to proceed with professional services like this, then there are some things that I need to say that are not going to be easy. I'm a very open person. I'll answer questions to the best of my ability whenever somebody asks me those questions. But there are parts of me that are held closely in reserve. And unless you were to ask me the specific question that would require me to answer you, I'm never going to give that information out. There are secrets. I don't consider them to be life-altering secrets. I mean, they've obviously altered my life, but there are secrets that I do not freely divulge. Again, if somebody asked me the question that directly correlated to these secrets, yes, I would answer it. That's who I am. I will just tell you the truth, but I will never freely just offer up some parts of my life, some parts of my background, some parts of my personality are closely guarded secrets. And I've realized that there is no way forward if I withhold that information from the counselors. And so I've resolved. I'm going to write it down, and I'm going to present some things to her that I think will be probably not as dramatic as I'm imagining them to be. Probably things that she has seen a lot of, and probably things that she's had to work out of people because they were unwilling to admit it. I am not unwilling. I am fully going forward with the idea that I want to expedite my self-healing, and there's a lot that needs healed. So that's where we're at. And you know what? The fun part about this is you get to come along for this adventure, and it seems like you're willing participants. Like, when I grew up, mental health was something that just did not get talked about. I grew up in waspy Bible Belt, West Virginia. You know, you don't talk about the sugars. You don't talk about the cancers. You don't talk about all these diseases. You definitely don't talk about going to the mental institution or going to see a therapist. That's just off the table. You know, oh no, well, there's nothing wrong in our house. That kind of bullshit. And that's what I grew up with. And I think the only reason that I reached out for that sort of attention as a child was because I got to see my father go through it. And it wasn't this horrific experience. And I was willing to say, I need that. I want that. Can I have that? So it's really wonderful to see that when I make a video like yesterday's video where I talk about going to see a therapist, I talk about I need help. And there's this positive outpour, this like really endearing relation between us. When people say, that's great, I'm so glad. And I hear behind the scenes, like, thank you for talking about this because I'm afraid to talk about it myself. Man, you know, I've been looking for a voice on YouTube for a very long time, and I don't think that mental health is my voice. I don't think that I'm going to be able to speak out for everybody or for every, cause, but I'm definitely encouraged by the positivity I receive whenever I make a video about mental health. It usually gets a great response, and that means a lot to me. It means a lot to know that I'm doing something, even if it's just airing my own grievances and my own issues. That helps some people understand that they are not alone. Then that's great. I'm going to continue to do that. So thank you for reaching out. Thank you for letting me know that what I'm doing is important to you. Because I've said for all 4 years of doing this show that if I'm reaching one person, that's all I need. And it's obvious that I am. So thank you for that. I really appreciate it. I sincerely do. Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. So thank you for being here today. Thank you for being here yesterday. Thank you for coming back tomorrow in advance. I appreciate you very, very much. I really mean that. You're wonderful friends. Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow. Alexa, tell me a random fact.
Hippopotamonstrossesquipedaliophobia is the word for the fear of long words.
What? Alexa, what's the fear of long words?
The fear of long words is called hippopotamonstrossesquipedaliophobia. Broken down into its different parts, this is a phobia, or morbid fear, of something hippopotamen, very large, monstrous, and long. This fear is often felt when a person is asked to read a long and difficult word out loud.
I wasn't expecting a long and difficult explanation.